So, what do I think about the No Kings protest and the Minneapolis Democratic couple that was deleted? What you see is Jim Crowism. I'm gonna say it like this: I don't like none of the parties. I don't feel none of them. They both haven't done right by black folk. Uh, I'm still about reparations. I still think that you should have equality. And when you have someone who's acting like a dictator, um, this is what happens. When you have somebody that thinks they're above the law and they get this kind of power, that's what happens. And people get on a high horse and they think they can just do what they want, say what they want, and no repercussions. So it cut both ways. I know for a fact that Trump is causing all kinds of chaos and decision because he's covering his behind for something that's deeper. And then when he fell out with Elon Musk and Putin's in the background and all the stuff that's going on, it's inevitable. He's got to have distractions. And when people take it upon themselves to be divided in the streets politically, sonically, these are the kind of things that you experience, unfortunately. And then when you think about that Minneapolis couple deletion, well, think about it. 5 years apart from George Floyd to this. This is all part of the plan. And people like the rhetoric that Trump puts out there. People think they're going to grab the bull by the horns and talk crazy, act crazy, be crazy. And this is what you're working with. So it's a lot going on to distract you. And, when you have protests, you have to have protests. You have to do this every day. You can't let up. If you're a Democratic person, you got to get at it every day because you can't be tolerant of what's going on with the whole. If the man came out and said that he went too far with messing with the farmers and hospitality, so obviously he hit a major faux pas. If you know anything about America, first and foremost, it is immigrant South Central. It's called United States. It ain't called States of America. Let's get this thing straight and true. Everything that makes it America is because it came from other countries. There's nothing that's 100 proof in America. So, but one of the reasons why America came to be as it was is because they broke away from dictatorship. So it would be very embarrassing. But then again, if you keep hiring all white men to Jim Crowism you get what you get. No one told you to bring him back. No one said to bring him back. I knew they were gonna do it because they too racist to ever change anything. And you can think what you want about Kamala Harris and say what you want. They're not ready for a woman in America. And there's a lot of things they're not ready for. So, but what happened with that couple in Minneapolis, but being democratic by who they're looking for, there's no room for that. That's part of having fascist king mindset and someone telling you that, hey, they don't belong. And then you start taking sides. You actually start thinking that your side is the right side when in trutality, they both flips of the same coin. I don't have no love for neither. First of all, until they do something where they have an Emmett Till holiday, miss me. Till he gets justice, miss me, okay? So, this is all going to come to some kind of, war. It's going to come to something. That's what's happening. That's what's brewing. And that's what the kind of chaos and decision that people want because you're not supposed to overstep your boundaries if you're elected official. I don't care who your position is. But Trump has no filter. And people who tolerate him, they the same ones who support that agenda. So can't be like you shocked or surprised. But you gotta take a stand. Because the United States is built by the people, not built off of one man or one police or one this or that. But if you keep tolerating that kind of negativity, that bigotry, that hate, that drive, is what you get. And you have to take it upon yourself to make yourself count. Because that's what you see between Well, how you end up with a so-called king and dictatorship. If you don't stop it, it infiltrates and it spreads. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.